sort of look at the series as a whole over 6 weeks or whatever it's been, can you sum up how deep you feel the guys have had to dig with the illnesses, the injuries before matches, and all that's happened to the squad to pull through with 3 in a row?
It's been a huge effort. It's been a huge effort by the players. It's been a huge effort by the support staff and the management. And we have had to dig deep collectively. But a big part of our team and the 3 teams is our 3 pillars, if you like: courage, respect, and unity. And I think we've shown them in abundance throughout this trip, and it's really made a massive difference in our performances on the field. It could have been very easy for us to just completely go off the rails after that first game, but we stuck very tight together. Even going into that game, the next game, losing Burnsy and then Jimmy, we made sure that it wasn't going to affect how we were going to go about things as a group, and it gave opportunities some young lads to really take their chance. And really proud of everyone for being able to deliver that.
And personally, how much of a feather in the cap, 3 in a row overseas? I don't think Andrew Strauss or Alistair Cook ever managed to do 3 in a row, and you've done it twice.
Yeah, well, it's very pleasing. Obviously, as I say, for us to come back in the fashion that we have, and we've put things in place at the start of this winter and made it very clear to the group how we want to play. And it has taken a bit of time, and it'll still continue to take time for us to stay consistent and to keep getting better and adapting to different conditions. But we are learning very quickly, and young guys are coming in to a very good environment and succeeding, and that's really pleasing to see the mixture of that, the senior players providing that environment and also delivering as well, which is great. It really is. And guys like Woody as well, coming back from injury, going through that hardship and then really delivering, testament to the attitude of everyone that's been involved.
And Woody, does going back to back, putting your hand up for selection again and actually coming through with a really strong performance, does that make you feel like you might be heading into the best phase of your career?
Yeah, I hope so. You mentioned 3 in a row to Joe. I think 3 in a row for me might be a bit of a stretch, so we'll wait and see how that goes. But if there was a test next week, I don't know what the sort of chat would be, but I'm glad that I stuck my hand up this game and provided a man of the match performance, and I'm delighted that I could affect the game for England.
Dean?
Can you just tell us whose decision was it for Woody to keep going and bowl that sort of 6-over spell when obviously you've been using him in short, sharp bursts?
That was mine, Dean.
Did he need any persuading?
I didn't need any persuading. When he's on and he's firing, of course there's back of your mind you're worried about overloading him and potentially an injury scare, but when he's got that look in his eye like he had today, it was an easy decision to make.
And did you feel that at that point in the game?
It was a crucial part of the game, yeah. It really was, and I think one of our big learnings as a team is look at how we performed this series. In every game, we're taking 20 wickets, and that's something that we've struggled with in the past. In when we've been abroad and with a Kookaburra ball, and today it looked very flat for periods on a wicket that throughout the whole game had seemed to offer for the bowlers, and it almost took something more than skill to make a breakthrough. And the 2 Durham lads really stood up. They put ball with huge hearts, great ability, and just sheer will got us 2 wickets, which really changed the game.
Dan, and then we'll go with Chris and Paul.
Joe, after the last test when you were speaking about Kagiso's celebration, you said that your team is a team that plays things in the right way. Looking at the series, with the way Josh spoke to Vernon, with the way Ben spoke to a member of the crowd, and Temba with the Stewart's incident, do you stand by that statement as strongly as you did before?
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that,
You were
please?
speaking about how with Kagiso celebrating, you walked off without saying anything. The implication was that you guys do things the right way. They didn't necessarily.
I didn't at any stage say that they don't do things the right way. I said.
So my question stands: do you still think that you guys do things the right way?
I do, yeah. I think there are times within the series where things might slightly overboil and guys get it wrong, but I don't think we've got a bad group of lads at all. I think we've got a huge amount of respect for the opposition, for the people in the ground. On occasions, guys get it wrong, and unfortunately, we've seen that a little bit in this series, but you look at the lads, you speak to any one of them, they'll always give you time. They'll always respect the people that are in the stadium. They'll sign autographs. They'll make sure that every single person, majority of the time, gets what they're after. And there's a huge amount of respect for every single one of their players. So, of course, there have been incidents, but it's also been a two-way thing. I think, if we're being brutally honest, there's definitely no bad blood between the two sides, in my opinion.
Chris?
Joe, when we spoke to you in New Zealand at the start of the winter, you kind of spoke about how that was a start of the journey towards the next Ashes, the kind of thing you and Chris are trying to aim towards. Does this series win the way you've done it? Does that give you a template now for how you think you can go to Australia and have success?
Yeah, and there's still a huge amount of Test cricket to be played until then. It does give us confidence, and it gives us knowledge of how to perform on wickets that might be slightly similar. But we've got to keep looking to get better and keep developing. It might travel well at the moment, but we still feel that the sky's the limit for this team, and that we've got to keep looking to improve what we've got. We've obviously performed extremely well in these last 3 games, but as a side, in the last couple of years, we've not been consistent enough. We're very open about that, and we've got an opportunity now to build on this tour. We go to Sri Lanka next, and then we've got 6 big games at home, which is a great opportunity for us to try and string a number of good performances together in completely different conditions. So that'll be our next challenge, and we'll try not to look too far ahead, but we've got a great template to work around, and it's nice to see it finally falling into place.
Paul? Joe, there were some verbal exchanges at one point between a few of you and Faf du Plessis, and there was actually a bit of physical contact with Faf on Joss. How did you see that, and was that the sort of catalyst for you grabbing momentum, because it had been hard work before then, but you quickly got both of their wickets and sort of moved on?
I thought it was absolutely nothing, to be honest. I thought that there was, in fact, I probably thought Faf was trying to use it as an opportunity to get himself going, and to get himself in a contest, and my worry was that it was going to work in his favour. So, I mean, there was nothing to it whatsoever. I think because of things that have happened previously in this series, it'll be made a big deal of, but honestly, it was absolute handbags, and it doesn't consider, I'm not really worried about it at all.
Physical contact didn't concern at all?
Hardly. He didn't exactly knock him over, did he? So I'm not worried about it.
Josh?
Joe, you've got what every England captain going to Australia could ever want, having 2 proper fast bowlers, potentially, anyway, hopefully. Firstly, can you talk about that a little bit and the benefits they might bring you, and whether that means that they might be rested quite a lot from future series such as Sri Lanka? And could you talk about, please, whether you're looking at Australia, already dreaming about Australia?
You start, mate.
Yeah.
Sounds thrilled.
I think there's a lot to go between to get to there. I mean, obviously, we're joking about before coming about my body and stuff. So whether I can give you an answer, look that far ahead, I think there's times I've believed I would never play Test cricket again. To have the opportunity the last 2 games, I've absolutely loved it. So if I can keep the mentality of the next game, and that's a cliche, but that's literally how I've got to play things out. It's no good looking too far. I mean, it'd be a dream to play in Australia and try and win there, but the way that the recent past has gone with my body, it's not a case of looking that far ahead. I mean, we've got a good battery of fast bowlers. Obviously, Jofra, Ollie Stone's not here. Young lads like Saki, Mahmood coming through. So there's plenty of options for Rudy. It's just hopefully we can all get around the same time.
Are you not a bit more confident in your body now? Apart from the side strain, actually, your ankle's been good for
Yeah, no,
since the run-up.
it's held up great, and I'm delighted with it. And obviously the last 2 games, especially we're not playing for 7 months and then backing it up 2 games, is a huge plus for me. There was a little bit of doubt going in before the game whether I was too sore and stuff, but over the moon that the management made that decision and routine for us now, because it's turned out to be a bit of genius.
You would have killed for these guys last time, wouldn't you?
It would have made a big difference. I do believe that. It's something that you feel that you need in those conditions, but as Woody said, I don't really need to answer the question because he's done it for me, but there's a long time to go between now and then, and in terms of what?
Well, I mean, I'm wondering whether you thinking that taking those two fast bowlers there is helpful.
Definitely be on the table. We'll have that discussion in our selection meeting for sure.
Yes, sir.
Joe, seemingly South Africa in the direction that England have gone in terms of the rebuilding and making sure you're planting the youngsters. What have you guys done right that you think South Africa is slightly battling with it at the moment? Maybe?
I think it's wrong to compare teams. I think it's quite, in my opinion, I think we're probably slightly different stages at the moment, and I can see South Africa turning things around quite quickly because they've got some very talented players. They've got a very strong management group that are very experienced and know the game very well. I think in terms of where we're at, we've made it very clear how we want to play the game, what our template looks like when we get it absolutely right, and the guys have all bought into that. And when you've got a group of players collectively working towards something and clear instruction, it makes things a lot easier. So really pleased that not only the young guys have stood up on this tour, which they have above and beyond, but the senior guys have made it an environment which allows that to happen.
Yes, sir. We'll take two more, Leon.
So is there maybe any key moment in the series where you say, right, this is where everything changed and where we basically won the series?
I think that last session at Cape Town was huge, if we're being brilliant. I thought we played some brilliant cricket throughout that week, especially off the back of the first test match, and Jimmy going down, for the other guys to really step up and put in the performance that they did, and for us to finish off that game as it unfolded was fabulous. I thought we caught very well, and we took our opportunities with time running out through just sheer hard work and determination. And I think that gave us a lot of momentum, a lot of confidence, and then we sort of rode that wave for the next couple of test matches.
And Gary, then we'll finish with John.
Mark, can you just give us a word on your travelling supporting army and how much they pick you up, especially as a fast bowler and those middle spells when it's quite dead up?
I love it. I sing along me. It helps me a lot. So when you have the support, I mean, everywhere we go, the support's amazing. That game you was mentioning in Cape Town, that last session, I think they were almost like a 12th man on the field for where it was that loud. I wasn't playing in the game, but you could really sense the atmosphere that they were building for.
You were dancing on the side.
So, like, obviously, everywhere we go, we get amazing support, and thankful for that, and it really does boost me when I'm bowling.
John, last one.
So we enjoy listening to Mark, and he sometimes makes us chuckle. But can you give a bit of insight?
Sometimes.
You know, the kind of what he brings to the dressing room in terms of his sort of ebullient personality.
He's brought me a big room bill actually this week because he got 5 for off the back of having room service in my room, so I've had to do it all night, all game.
He's been a guest in your room every night.
Yeah, and he's typical northern lad.
Really pays for it, like, I don't know. Captain's wages.
And his favourite meal is what? What have you been ordering?
One nutritionist here.
Pint of milk, ain't you? He's been good. He's been a good boy. He's had spag bol, ain't you, this week?
Maybe a burger.
But on a serious note, he's been great for our dressing room. He's always full of energy. Whenever you're looking for someone to pick the group up, he's normally the man to say the right thing or tell the wrong joke or whatever it is that gets us in the right space to go out and deliver in these conditions. So it's great to see him back playing, enjoying his cricket, playing with a smile on his face, and hitting a few sixes as well, which we've heard plenty about. I'm sure you have as well.
I think it's about 8 sixes.
Yeah. What a mate.
So before we finish, over to Ruti.
Yeah. Shield, obviously. Where are you? At the back there. Just on behalf of the team, we want to show our appreciation for your coverage of English cricket, Test cricket in particular, for the amount of time that you've done it. You've obviously wrote some wonderful pieces and some horrible pieces about me as well. But all being said, we've got you this, which is a signed poster of the second Test match of this series at Newlands, of the ground, all signed by our squad, which we believe the last time England won there, we believe you covered that game, so we'd just like to say a massive thank you. I hope
Thank you.